first of all, we will talk about the programming language. So primarily there are two programming language which are available, that is R and Python, right? R basically deals with statistics. That is why it is first choice those who are working in research and development sector. Python is for everyone, whether it's a beginner or advanced, right? If you are just starting your journey in the data science, you will start from the Python, or even those who are having relevant experience in the data science, they are also working on the Python because of the easiness in working Python. Okay, number of libraries almost same in R and Python. Libraries are simply the, you can say, bundle of functions. Bundle of functions. So whatever requirement you have, you can choose according to that, and you can work in R and Python as well. Is that clear, everyone? Fine. Good. One more software is there. Okay, not software basically, but it's a tool. Okay, that is called SAS. That is statistical analysis software, right? And it's from SAS. As the company name is SAS. Okay. Now, what is the requirement why we are working with SAS? So SAS is basically a tool for those professionals who are not from the technical domain. Let's say, for example, you are working in some healthcare domain, right? So health persons from the healthcare domain doesn't have that much of technicality, right? But still you need some analysis. If still you need tools to analyze your data. So at that time, SAS plays a very vital role. Okay, so you can go for SAS if you don't want to go with R or Python, but still want to establish yourself as a data engineer or a data scientist in the market. Okay, you can go for SAS. But yes, SAS is not free like R and Python. It's not free. You have to purchase the software from the SAS, right? Although the SAS is given a university edition, we call it, which is free of cost for the learning purpose. So first you can use that university edition of SAS, and then you can work on it. Getting my point? Till SAS, everyone clear? Yes or no? Anyone have any question or doubt? Okay. Now, coming on to the Tableau and Power BI. Okay, just in the previous slide, I have discussed about the Tableau and Power BI. Okay, these are the two visualization tools. Basically, we use them to generate the reports, means the final presentation of the data or of your analysis. Okay, uh, and Power BI also. Few advantages or disadvantage both are having, means Tableau and Power BI both comes with pros and cons. Sometimes learning Tableau is very easy, but Tableau doesn't support large data set. Okay, large data set. Power BI supports large data, but not interactive visualization. The visualization generated by Tableau, it's very crisp. Okay, very detailed. You can do a lot of things doing with the Tableau. Or if you know how to integrate Tableau with Power BI, right? You can work fabulously on this. So both the tools, either the Power Tableau or Power BI, you can integrate with the Python or R. Okay. By that, we can generate some statistical model as well using the tools as well. The last is called SPSS, which is from the IBM, right? And this is specifically for the research purpose. Those who are from the research domain, okay, uh, in statistics basically, or let's say for example, your data relies on statistics heavily, then SPS is the best tool, uh, which is uh, which is coming from IBM, okay, to perform the analytical research on that data. Getting my point? Everything you don't need to code. The first thing is, the most important part about the SPSS is that here we don't need to code. We don't need to code. Every, you can say, every statistical concept is already given in this SPSS in the form of button. So you simply need to drag and drop your data into the SPSS. Okay. Drag your variables, click on the button, and you get your result. So without any coding part, without any technicality, you can get a very, you can say, detailed interpretation or detailed result of your data. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Now, tell me one thing from here. How many of you already using a Python? Anyone who is using Python here? Okay. Anyone Tableau, Power BI? Good. Urmila says yes. Fine, no issues. No issues. Okay, no issues. After that comes to the popularity. In terms of popularity, okay, about the languages. So you can see here the Python is the most loved language right now in the domain of uh, data science or machine learning or data engineer, data analysis, right? After that, JavaScript, Go, and so on. So there are multiple languages out there, okay, which you can use for your own purpose, right? But currently, only two languages, that is Python and R, is available for the data science part. Getting my point? And small information is given that Python is invented. Who invented the Python, right? A small information is given. Now, in the last few slides, right, I have discussed about the Python. Now, I hope that few of you having this question that why we are discussing Python, or what is Python, right? What is this language Python? Why everyone is going behind learning Python? Okay. Now, to understand that, let's discuss some point about the Python. That why Python? Now, see. So, why Python? Because it comes with diversified libraries for data manipulation and analysis. Now, what do you mean by diversified? Diversified means vast. And libraries, I just told libraries are simply bundle of functions. To understand library, let's say for example, um, fine. We all know MS Word, correct? MS Office. We all know Microsoft Office. Anyone there who don't know about what is MS Office? I hope not. Fine. Now see, what MS Office gives us. MS Office gives us multiple application. MS Word is there, Excel is there, right? PowerPoint is there, Access is there, correct? Yes or no? What if, what if you need to install every application separately? Is that beneficial, or installing one software, you can get all the features? What is best? Installing separate or one software? Correct. One software for all. And according to the need, we can use the application, right? Let's suppose I want to work with PowerPoint. I can go for PPT. So the same, you can say, functionality given by the libraries. In library, there are multiple functions. So according to your own purpose, we can choose our function here. We can choose our function. Getting my point? Okay. Everyone clear on the first point? Anyone have any question, doubt from the first point? Good. Now, coming on to the type of libraries or some name of the library, right? So here we have NumPy, Pandas, Matplot, Seaborn. Okay. Okay. Now, first of all, understand what is NumPy. So NumPy stands for numerical Python. Numerical Python means whenever we are working with numbers in Python, we require the NumPy. Then coming to the Pandas. Pandas basically gives us functionality to deals with files. Means if you want to import any PDF file, if you want to import any CSV file, Excel file, right? Any kind of file, if you want to import in the Python. So all the functions are listed under the Pandas library. Then Matplot and Seaborn, these two we use for the visualization. creating bar chart, histogram, right? That kind of thing. Yes or no? Is this clear, everyone? Good. Now, after that, to find the insight from the data that is used by the companies for better decision making process in business with the help of the statistical model. So using all of these libraries and some other library, right, we can design, we can identify the insight, we can identify the data, we can extract the information there, okay, and use it for the business problem. Now, no need of prior knowledge of programming background, right? Just like in the conventional, you can say, if you want to learn Java, if you want to learn C++, any other, so at least you have some basic knowledge of the programming. But even if you don't have even a 1% knowledge of the programming language, in that case as well, you can go for Python. It is as that easy, right? So that is why every beginner is going towards the Python or learning with the Python. Now, after that, less amount of code need to be written for generating the model, right? I just give you a simple example of it. If any one of you already worked on any other language, right? So I'm just taking a C, Java, and here we have Python. A simple example, if I need to write, if I need to print hello, only this word. In C, it will take around 6 lines. In Java, 7 to 8 lines. But in Python, in a single line, right? So that is what we can say less amount of code is required. Okay. And when the code lines of code is less, then obviously the time to execute the code is also less, which makes automatically the computing faster. Getting my point? Yes or no? Is I'm correct or not? Anyone have any question, doubt in this? Okay. And the last, the execution time of Python code is very less as compared to the R language. Obviously, R relies on statistics. That is the reason. R takes, uh, you can say, last time to get execute rather than Python. Okay. Now, let's go and check the next one. Now, coming on to the question that although we have discussed R, Python and all, but now the question comes that how we are going to work, right? Where we are going to perform, where we are going to code. So for that purpose, we have some very famous IDEs, and IDEs stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, IDEs stand for Integrated Development Environment. The very famous, which we use to work uh, for Python, okay, is Anaconda. Anaconda Navigator. So Anaconda Navigator comes with lots of uh, pre-installed platform, Like you will get Jupyter Notebook there. You will get R Studio as well. You will get Jupyter Lab is also there, which is an online kernel to work with. Okay. Oracle is also available on the Anaconda Navigator. So if you install Anaconda, it means all of the application is installed in a single or in a single platform. You will get every uh, tool or platform available in the Anaconda, right? Now coming on to the Jupyter Notebook, that what is Jupyter Notebook? Jupyter Notebook is the main, you can say the most famous platform to work with Python. Okay. Just after this finishing of the discussion, I will show you how to work with Jupyter and a small demonstration of how to work with data. I will show you. Then PyCharm is there. PyCharm is kind of a platform which is used by those professionals who are working in a um, development part. Means if you are web development, if you are a web developer, if you are app developer, application developer, right, etc. So PyCharm is mostly used by the developer community rather than your data science community. Now RStudio, again, R and Python, right? Just like I told you. So working with R comes with RStudio. Means Anaconda is most beginner friendly IDE. Correct, Priyal. It's the most beginner friendly IDE. Correct. RStudio, right? Again, it's a IDE we use for R programming, right? We never work on R programming. Instead of that, we install the IDE that is called RStudio, and then we can work with R programs on that. Everyone clear? Anyone have any question or doubt in this? Okay. Now let's go and discuss the next thing. Sorry. Not, Mm, yes, famous IDEs. After that, yes. Um, how do R work on data visualization? Good question. Now see, Jyoti, understand? In the Python, I have told you that there are two major libraries that is called matplot and seaborn. Okay, and most of the time these two libraries are sufficient to generate the plot, but sometimes, okay, we will not get a clear understanding of the graphs. We require some other advanced graph. Now how it's different from the R? Here only two libraries is given, but in R we have around 10 libraries for visualization, right? And itself the very famous library in R that is called ggplot, grammar of graphics. GG stands for grammar of graphics, plot. Okay. whatever plot you want to generate, you can do that using this ggplot. And the visualizations are quite advanced and quite clear from the Python. That is why sometimes it is preferred that you generate graph on R and do the analysis on Python. Sometime it happen. Okay. Professional use this kind of approach. Okay. TensorFlow, is it different from these four? Yes. TensorFlow is entirely different. Understand? TensorFlow is entirely different. First of all, you need to understand what is tensor. Okay. Tensor is a mathematical entity. See, understand, in mathematics, we have scalar, then we have vector quantity, then we have matrix, and then we have tensor. Scalar, vector, then we have matrix, and then we have tensor. Tensor is matrix inside matrix. The use of it is, you will see when you work with neural networks. Okay, so why we are using tensor? Just because to make fast computation. That is why TensorFlow library is there. Clear, Sachin? Okay. Now, as I told you already, that what is the statistics, what is the need of a statistics and data science, right? So it is called as the backbone because without understanding the data, you can't imagine doing any kind of analysis in the data. Okay, so that is why statistics is known to be as a backbone of the data science, right? That is known to be a backbone of the data science. Then data can be analyzed with the help of many methods mentioned in the data science, right? We can go for the visualization, we can do the statistic analysis, we can do the statistical test, we can do the hypothesis test, right? Using any of the method or using numerous method, we can go for the analysis and we generate the result on that. Uh, TensorFlow is a matrix of matrix. What about TensorFlow? TensorFlow is the library. Be understand. TensorFlow is the name of library. Okay. So whenever you need to work on Tensor, we install this library. Numerous statistical methods and test allow us to find the best result from the data. Mean, median, mode, variance, hypothesis testing are few common methods, right? So we will discuss about them. I'll show you in the data in the demonstration, right? When we have some hands-on practice on that, right? I will show you what and how to do that. So this is a simple or very quick, you can say, understanding that what is the need of data, statistics and mathematics in data science.